Hey guys, it's Pia here. Today I thought I would make a little video with questions and answers. A while ago I asked you guys on Instagram to write any questions that you had for me, and I would choose a few of them and do a questions and answers video. I'm going to be making several of these, so don't be discouraged if your question isn't in the bunch, because as I said, I'm going to split this up in several parts and they will be up every now and then, so hope you guys don't mind. But I'm just gonna get to it, and the first question is, when did you start customizing LPS? The answer to that question is that I started customizing in 2013. That was a few years ago. That's when I really started making LPS customs. Before that, I was making My Little Pony customs, and especially the My Little Ponies that are also just these plastic figures. I made those, and then I transitioned to LPS because they were too limited for my imagination. At least with LPS, you get several different animals, and I thought it was cool that I could do pretty much anything from them. I found out about LPS, I don't know how. I think my mom bought me an LPS because she thought it was cute, and so I thought, that's cool, and I remember them when I was thinking of characters, and that's how I decided to start customizing LPS. I didn't collect them before this, and I have to point out that, yes, I was an adult when my mom bought me an LPS, because she knows that I like toys, so, you know, she's very supportive. Go mom. Anyway, on to the next question. Next question is, what gave you the idea to start customizing LPS? I kind of already talked about that a little bit, but I started in the beginning because I was playing a game called Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and I got the idea to turn the creatures in the game into these super cute little LPS customs because the proportions of the LPS were so cute to me, and I thought that they would look great with these big eyes, and they're kind of gruesome looking in the game, but I thought they would look cool as LPS, and then it kind of went from there that I realized that I could turn this LPS into a Pokemon, that would be cool, and then into other things, other characters, and then at some point I just started making original characters, and that's actually what I love the most. So it kind of started from game characters, and I wanted to make customs from them, of them. What advice would you give to an LPS customizer is the next question. I don't have a lot of good advice. I'm not a very good professional person myself, but I do actually have a video with 10 tips about what you should keep in mind when you're customizing LPS, so you could check that out if you're interested. I guess my biggest advice that I would give to anyone who starts customizing LPS is just be patient, because as we all know, LPS are very small. The details that you want to make on them take a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to get good at painting details, especially fine details like little stripes in the eyes and stuff like that. So don't get discouraged when you're beginning, because as everyone knows, it takes practice to become good at something, and that applies to LPS customs as well. If you start out painting and you're perfect in the beginning, then you're just very, very lucky and very, very talented. My customs in the beginning were not this great, I can tell you that, so don't get discouraged and just keep making stuff and be patient and enjoy it. Those are my tips for anyone who wants to start customizing LPS. Next question is, Pia, what is your favorite baby LPS? There are a lot of baby LPS that I like. As some of you might know, I am actually completely obsessed with baby LPS, but I am going to show you the ones that I love the most. So in terms of design, I really love this little baby bunny. I think it's totally adorable, and I'm not going to customize it because I think it's too cute and I don't want to accidentally ruin it. And we also have this little kitten that is super, super cute. I just love the color scheme of it, and that's why I'm not going to customize this one either. I'm not entirely sure if this was what the person who asked me the question meant, but these are my favorite baby LPS. I also have one of the newer tiger kittens, but I don't have it close to me right now, so I can't show it to you, but it's one of the new pets, and I'm very surprised that I liked it that much. It's like a little white tiger with pink stripes. That is one of my favorites as well. But yeah, I hope this answered your question. Okay, next question is, what would you rename yourself if you had to? I'm not entirely sure if this person is referring to my actual name, which is Pia, or just the name Piaslittlecustoms. If I had to change Piaslittlecustoms into something, I would choose Piachu, because that's like Pikachu, except it's like my name. Get it? But if I had to change my actual name, Pia, into something else, then I don't actually know what I would choose because that's such a strange question. But let's just say I would name myself Piachu because I think that's cool. So yeah, that would be my name. Piachu! Next question. What or who inspired you to take on this passion? Well, as I said, I started off customizing My Little Ponies. I found a Finnish artist actually, who customized My Little Ponies, and they were super, super cool. And I actually bought one of her customs on this roleplay convention. But yeah, I found her work, and I thought it was super cool, and I thought it was an interesting thing that people were customizing toys instead of making something from scratch. And that got me into My Little Pony customization. I was never very good at it, and then, as I already told you about my story, how I started customizing LPS, it kind of went from there, but it started with My Little Ponies because of this Finnish artist who was amazing. Though I have to say, when I met her in person, she was not very supportive of me pursuing this, because she didn't even want to tell me what material she used to customize her My Little Ponies, which I found very silly, and which is why I love sharing all this information that I have with you guys, because I think there's no need to feel threatened if someone else is going to try to do the same thing as you. Just do your best, and if you're good at it, then why don't you just share your tips with other people? I think that's the best thing to do, and I know that some of you have learned how to use the sculpting putty that I use through my videos, and I'm very happy to share my knowledge with you guys. So, yay. Yay for being an artist who likes to share with other people what they know. Next question, if you could be any animal, what animal would you be? I would be a cat, because I'm practically already a cat. What I do most days is just lounge around, and then I'll wait for my husband to come home and cook me dinner, and then I'll go back to just lounging and trying to look cute. That's about it. No, but I would definitely be a cat. Ever since I was little, I've always loved cats, and I think cats are cool. They're a bit arrogant. I can be that too sometimes, but most of all, they're just very cool and intelligent creatures, so I would definitely be a cat. Next question, who are your favorite artists? There are a lot of artists that I follow on Instagram that I appreciate a lot, and I'm going to name a few of those. So one of them is The Little Mew. She makes amazing little miniature critters, and I've actually bought one of her creations. They're very hard to get because they sell out immediately when she restocks her shop, because she's amazing. But I'm going to put a link in the description to her Instagram, and you can check her out. Her creations are just magical, and she's a lovely, lovely person, so should definitely show her some love. In terms of LPS customs, which I do consider to be an art of itself, my favorite artist is That Geek Girl, aka April, who is a friend of mine. She is amazing, and I look up to her a lot when it comes to customizing, so she's amazing. Other than that, I actually unboxed a little creature from a person called Gackman Creatures on Etsy. That person also has an Instagram, and the little animal that I unboxed is totally amazing. It's a little art doll or plushie that looks like a cat. Well, a very magical little creature, cat thing. But yeah, you can check that out as well. I'm going to put a link in the description for her as well. She is very cool. There are lots of other artists that I also love. One of them is also a very good illustrator called Mab Graves. She is also amazing, and her art is to die for, so you can check her out as well. But those are some of the people that come to mind when I think about my inspirations as artists. Oh, and of course, sculpting-wise, Emily Sculpts is probably my favorite sculptor, so you can check her out as well. There we go, that's a lot of people. But yeah, next question. What is the best thing that has happened to you? There are a lot of amazing things that have happened to me. For example, meeting my husband, getting together with him and getting married to him and stuff was obviously great. He is the most wonderful person, and I'm so lucky to have him. Also, thank you so much, honey, for editing my videos. You're the best. Another great thing that happened to me is obviously starting this career and going on Instagram and getting followers there, and then moving on to YouTube. It has been very rewarding and really, really great. So that's something that I'm very, very thankful for. But there's been a lot of just great things in my life anyway, so it's very hard to just choose one thing. But those are the first few things that pop into my mind. So thank you for being part of making me very happy and being a part of this amazing thing that happened to me. And the final question for this video is, what place have you traveled to? I've traveled a lot within Europe. I've traveled to Berlin multiple times. That's my favorite city. I don't live there. I live in very close to Helsinki in Finland. So many people ask me that as well. Anyway, I've been to Sweden. I've been to Norway. My sister actually lives in Norway. I've been to Denmark, been to Italy and Spain. We went to Barcelona on our honeymoon. Been to France. I actually lived in Luxembourg for 7 years. I've been to Belgium. Just a lot of places in Europe, actually. I think I've been to most of them. In Asia, I've only been to Japan and Thailand. a few times each. I've been to the US once, but that was on a work trip, so I wasn't there for long. I went to New York. It was very cool, but yeah, it was a work trip, so I didn't get a lot of stuff done there, other than just working. I've never been to Australia, I've never been to New Zealand, I've never been to Africa or the Middle East. But yeah, that's about it. I don't remember. I've been to lots of places. I'm very lucky that I have been able to travel so much. But I would definitely love to come to the US again and go to some other place than New York, because as cool as it was, it's just such a big and busy city that I kind of felt really small and insignificant there, so it would be nicer to visit some other places that would be slightly different. I don't know. Yeah. Also, I would love to visit Japan again, even though I've already been there. I've only been to Tokyo. I would love to go to Kyoto. Anyway, sorry for this really long video. Hope you guys got some answers to some of your questions, and I'm going to be making another part of this Q&A some other time. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and see you again tomorrow. Bye!